Hi children, welcome to social science class. Today's our topic is about which are the major heat zones of the earth. Last class we studied about latitudes and what are the important latitudes. Once again ma'am will tell you which are the important latitudes. Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, North Pole, South Pole. These are the important latitudes. Okay. Now today we will study which are the important temperature zones. Okay. So you know children, different places on the earth receive different amount of sunlight. All the places of the earth are not getting sunlight equally. Means all the places or the different places of the earth receive different amount of sunlight, and the amount of sunlight received that determine the climate of a region. Okay, so sunlight directly get to the equator sun. So I told you sunlight received or sunlight is getting directly to the equator. So what about the other latitude? Other latitudes getting slanting sunlight. So I will draw you, then you can understand it very easily. Okay, so these are the important latitudes. Okay. So ma'am taught you 0 degree latitude. This is equator. This is equator. So just we will look what about the sunrise getting. Okay, just imagine this is sun. So ma'am is going to draw the sunrise. So which part of the earth we can see? Which part of the earth getting direct sunrise? You can see equator. Okay, so equator getting direct sunrise. So what about other latitude? Other latitudes are getting slanting sunrise. Okay, slanting sunrise. So we can conclude that moving from equator to the higher latitude, the sunrise or the sunlight is getting less comparing with the equator. If moving to the higher latitude, what about the sunlight? Sunrays is getting less. Okay, so equator, sunrise getting direct or sunrise falling vertically to the equator, and moving towards the higher latitude, what about the sunrise? Sunrise is getting is less comparing with the equator. Okay, so amount of sunlight getting each latitude, that will determine the climate of that region. Okay, another factor affecting the climate of earth, that is earth tiltness. Is there any tiltness to the earth? Yes. Okay, earth is tilted 23.5 degree tiltness is there to our earth. So the earth tiltness. Okay, so this is axis. Okay, it will connect North Pole and South Pole. So just ma'am is drawing one globe. So just imagine about one globe children. You can understand that earth is tilted. Okay, so if we are drawing a straight line, we can see 23.5 degree. Okay, this is the tiltness. 23.5 degree tiltness is there to the earth. Okay, so this tiltness, that due to this tiltness also sunlight is not getting equally to all the latitude. Sunlight is not getting equally. Okay, based on the season, according to the season, the sunlight, how much sunlight is getting to the each latitude, that is vary. That also because of the tiltness of the earth. So children, April to September, northern hemisphere tilted towards the sun. Okay, so that time northern hemisphere will get more sunlight. So which months children? April to September, northern hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere. This northern hemisphere tilted towards the sun. Okay, so that time northern hemisphere will get more sunlight. Ma'am told April to September. So just you count which all are the month. April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months. Okay, 6 months northern hemisphere tilted towards the sun. Okay, next ma'am told what about the southern hemisphere? Southern hemisphere tilted towards the sun October to March. October to March, southern hemisphere tilted towards the sun. Southern hemisphere. So that time what will happen? Southern hemisphere will get more sunlight. Okay, so October to March, just count the month children. October, November, December, January, February, March. So 6 months. Okay, so 6 months southern hemisphere tilted towards the sun, 6 months northern hemisphere tilted towards the sun. I think you understood. So ma'am taught you the amount of sunlight is not getting equally to all the latitudes. Based on the variation in sunlight, earth is divided into 3 heat zones. Now we are going to study which are the 3 heat zones. Now ma'am will draw the important latitudes. Okay children, so this is equator. 0 degree latitude is known as equator. Then we studied Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. 23.5 degree north, Tropic of Cancer. 23.5 degree south, Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, 66.5 degree north, Arctic Circle. 66.5 degrees south, Antarctic Circle. 90 degree north, North Pole. 90 degrees south, South Pole. These are the important latitude. Now we will divide based on the latitude which are the 3 important heat zones of the earth. The 3 major heat zones of the earth are torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. So which are the 3 heat zones of the earth? Torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. Okay, now we will discuss each zones lie in which latitude. Okay, first we will study about torrid zone. Torrid zone lies between both sides of equator. Okay, in between equator, Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. This region lies torrid zone. Okay, so ma'am is marking some stars, so you can identify it very easily. So this star marked region, okay, this is torrid zone. So where the torrid zone lies? Torrid zone lies between both sides of equator, means in between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. This region receives maximum heat. Torrid, okay, torrid means hot. Maximum heat this region getting. Okay, but you know children, this region getting maximum sunlight, so this region will be very hot. But the climatic condition in this region will be moderate. How it will be moderate, getting more heat, but why the climatic condition became moderate in this region? Because this region is covered with many oceans. Okay, many oceans are there. So due to the heat, ma'am told no large sunrise getting. So due to the heat, what will happen? Ocean, from the ocean water will evaporate, and this evaporated water will change into water vapor. Water vapor change into clouds, and cloud condenses and fall on the earth in the form of rainfall. So you know this region have frequent rainfall. Okay, due to the extreme hot, what will happen? Evaporation happen and it will change into clouds, and this region have frequent rainfall. So the climatic condition of this region will be moderate. Okay, I think you got. Next one, ma'am told you temperate zone. Okay, 2 temperate zones are there. North temperate zone and south temperate zone. Okay, temperate zone, north temperate zone and South Temperate Zone. North Temperate Zone lies between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. Okay, in the northern hemisphere. So where the North Temperate Zone lies? In between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere. And South Temperate Zone lies between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so ma'am is using some circle here. From this circle you can identify what is temperate, north temperate and south temperate zone. So North Temperate Zone lies between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. South Temperate Zone lies between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Okay, so this region getting moderate heats. So what about the heat getting in this region? Getting moderate heat. Okay, here ma'am told here getting more heat. Okay, more sunlight this region getting. Also torrid means hot ma'am told. But in temperate zone getting moderate heat. Okay, third one, frigid zone. Frigid zone also, two frigid zone, north frigid zone is there and south frigid zone is there. North frigid zone lies between Arctic Circle and North Pole. Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere. That is southern frigid zone. Okay, so frigid zones lies between Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere, Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so ma'am is using some dot. Okay, so you can identify each zones very easily. So this dot, this region lies frigid zone. Okay, so frigid zones lies between Arctic Circle and North Pole, Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. Okay, so I think children, and ma'am didn't tell, I already told you each zone temperature is getting. Frigid zone only getting very less heat. Okay, very less sunlight only getting in the frigid zone. So frigid zone is always cold. Frigid means cold. Okay, getting very less sunlight. So this region. What about the climatic condition or hot temperature is very less. So this region is cold. Okay, I think you understood children. Anyway, once again ma'am will tell you which are the three important heat zones of the earth. Torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. Torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. Okay, torrid zone lies between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, here getting maximum heat. Okay, torrid means hot. Next ma'am told you about temperate zone. Temperate zone lies between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere, and this region getting moderate heat. Okay, third one, frigid zone. Frigid zone lies between Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere, Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere. This region only get very less heat. Frigid means cold. Okay, so this region always cold. I think today's topic is clear to you. If you have any doubt, ask me. We will meet in the next class.